To tell us more, Ngcebo Ndlovu, SA truck driver spokesperson, joins us now live on the line. Ngcebo, thank you very much indeed for coming through. Why a national shutdown? Why now?
Inkinga wena baba shutdown driver bama-truck ingoba sekunesikhathi eside kakhulu bekhuluma uhulumeni becela ukuthi imisebenzi njengoba kune-unemployment rate ekhulayo usuku nosuku eSouth Africa manje abakhona ukuthi baqashwe bathole umsebenzi ekubeni bona bengama-citizen kusezweni labo ekubeni umsebenzi eSouth Africa sokunabantu abayithathile. I-driving is not a scarce skill. Ingakho ke manje abashayeli bayakhala ukuthi ke njengoba umuntu wangaphandle ufuneke azosebenza eSouth Africa uma eze ne-critical skill la okungekho khona abantu abazokwazi ukuyisebenza abama-citizen.
Right. So you're talking about these engagements, Ngcebo, with regards to with the government. What has come out of that?
Ngisethekwini njengoba ngikhuluma ngisethekwini kodwa ngikhulumela nationally ama-SA truck drivers. Manje ke o-driver ke bathatheke isinqumo ukuthi njengoba bakhulumile nama-stakeholders kahulumeni kube khona imihlangano uhulumeni kucela ukuthi ke abantu bangaphandle baphume noma bakhishwe emsebenzini yabantu base-South Africa.
So you in eThekwini, you're talking on behalf of the truck drivers nationally. Talk to us about some of the support that you have received from the truck drivers nationally.
Yeah, abashayeli ke ngobuningi babo baphume inqina ngobuningi babo bahlanganyela ukuthi ke bafuna ukuvoice out bathi tools down ukuze uhulumeni ezolalela bonke ama-South African truck drivers babeka amathuluzi phansi ukuthi abasakhona ukuthi besebenze ngeke besasebenza until uhulumeni azakhiphe aba-foreign nationals ema-truckini all over South Africa, even kwimisebenzi even yasemakethe yonke nje ama-general work.
Do you want them to be removed totally? Or is there space for foreign nationals to work alongside locals?
No. Actually, the truck drivers, they want a 0% of foreign nationals to be employed in South Africa as a truck drivers, because driving is not a scarce skill, and a driving job is for the citizen. Even on the main collective agreement of the Bargaining Council and the Labour Relations Act of South Africa is designed and drafted for the citizen, not for the foreigners. But the government and the employers in the truck industry, they undermine the citizen. They chose to employ foreigners instead of South Africans. So they make us starve while the foreigners are rich and while the foreigners are working, while foreigners are satisfied with anything. So the drivers, they reject even what you so-called 350 rand grant relief, what you call grant relief for COVID-19. So as South African and citizens, we say to government and all stakeholders, this is an insult to any citizen or to any South African that while you can starve in your country where there is too much job that are foreign nationals. So in South Africa, trucking industry and all sectors of work are foreign national 100%, and our other one is 80%. So we are claiming to retain our job as citizens. So like other countries in SADC, like Namibia, Lesotho, even Zimbabwe and Zambia, the driving is only for the citizen. Even in Mozambique, the truck that is registered in Mozambique is being driven by a Mozambican. Even here in South Africa, yes.
Just this animus between locals and foreign national drivers has been there for years now. I know we've been reporting on stories like this for a while, a couple of years now. Is there any room, any give and take, that you would be satisfied where you have included or foreign national drivers can be included in the workforce here in South Africa?
No. We don't want to drive our truck with a foreign national. We don't want to drive with them. They must go drive in their country, but they can come with their truck, their own truck to come and deliver in South Africa, just like how we do as South African. We were being employed in South Africa with a South African truck. You load from South Africa, you can even go deliver in DRC with your citizen truck or with your nationality truck. Even there, but here in South Africa, what is happening now? The most of the drivers all over, they all over South Africa nationwide, they are not working, but they got what you call Code 14, Code 10, Code 8 with PDP. Every 2 years they renew, but they staying with a license. But the foreigners, they got the fake license, most of them. They got a fake license, even the one that they got legal or illegal foreigners. But because the driving is not a scarce skill, that's why we demand as
Ngcebo, you still with us?
Foreigners.
All right, so we just lost you there for a bit. But just to wrap things up, we have seen in the past violent protests. Reportedly, trucks were set alight. Do you expect this protest to be peaceful? Are you concerned that tempers might flare up tomorrow?
We want a peaceful, just like as a South African truck drivers were peaceful, were not anarchists or hooligans, were not terrorist people, but we were marching to demand that government must take attention to South African and remove the foreigners onto our job. We are not fighting, and we never, even in the past years. That's what happened where we saw on the social media the trucker satellite. It's not people we know, or it's just the criminals that are doing that. Not our organization, HDF, and not South African truck drivers. We never situation like that.
No, but when we talk about a nationwide shutdown, are we just talking about tomorrow, or is it for the rest of the week? What are we talking about here in terms of timeframes?
Actually, as per South African truck drivers, they were calling for a national shutdown from the 7th of July until government until a government decision said when until government give us a date when there will be no foreigners driving a truck. If government is not responding, even it can respond, even it can call the meeting with our leaders, but the drivers will continue up until the foreigners leave the job. Because all South African drivers, even the trucks that are not employed foreigners.
So what happens? What happens to South African truck drivers heading out of the country? Will this shutdown affect them as well?
It can't affect them because they are driving their own South African truck. Because there are no South African that are driving a Zimbabwean registered truck. There are no South African driving a Malawian registered truck. There are no South African driving Swazi or Lesotho or Namibia. Any such a country, there are no South African that is driving that truck that is registered in that country. They only go there with their own citizen registered truck. They never went to Botswana, Namibia with a Botswanan truck. Because if you go Botswana, you will come with a South African license or ID or passport. They can't employ a South African. They tell you that the driving is for the citizen. Just like what happened, in South Africa, there is a company called Baker's Transport. Head office is at Pietermaritzburg. They got even a branch inside in Namibia, Windhoek, where one of their truck that is registered in Namibia was broken here in South Africa, then was fixed here in South Africa. And the driver, our brother, the South African, he hooked that trailer that is registered in Namibia, hooked with a Namibian truck horse. He drove until to the border of Namibia. the driver is a SA citizen, but the truck is registered in Namibia. They prohibited him to enter Namibia. They said, even we know there is bakers, head office of bakers, they are in South Africa. Peter Marisburg was through that.
Yeah.
You can't enter. You are the foreigner. You can't enter with a Namibian registered truck in our country. If you break that rule, you will be fined 20,000 Namibian dollars, or you will be liable to be jailed for 5 years.
There's lots of variables to the story.
Namibia is an African country. Namibia is an African country in SADC. And the driver who was driving was a South African from Eastern Cape. But never, up until Baker Transport, they called the guy inside Namibia. He waited like 3 days at the border. Like 3 days he wait. And they called then they called the guy from Namibia. He came and checked the truck registered in Namibia. But it's the same company, Baker Transport. Just the difference is the number plate. So only the truck that is registered in Namibia should be driven by Namibian.
Unfortunately,
we are South African. We demanding that all these trucks that are registered in South Africa, MP, NP, for all provinces in South Africa, must be driven by a South African, whether vendor or Tonga, white South African, not any foreign national, whether it's Madagascar or Pakistan or African foreigner, must not drive.
Ngcebo, thank you very much indeed for coming through. We appreciate your time. All right, Ngcebo Ndlovu, the SA truck driver, speaking about this planned national shutdown. You heard his concerns. We will indeed try to follow up with the other side of the story and get all the angles here on SABC News, but we'll keep a close eye on this national shutdown set for tomorrow's truck drivers, involving truck drivers. That was Ngcebo Ndlovu, SA truck drivers spokesperson. Let's take a quick break.